Hey everybody, PKO Gamer here. I saw this at the Nintendo event. You know, they had it last Thursday and I sat there and watched it. The 3DS is going to get the Super Nintendo emulation. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, the new Nintendo 3DS. This is a piece of shit. Just can't do it. Ain't gonna do it. That's a George Bush joke if you didn't know. Yes, I'm kind of old. This horrible system just cannot power a Super Nintendo game, even in emulation. And yes, some of you people are going to say, well, you don't know what emulation is, and it takes special power. And I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm actually having fun with this because I think it's the biggest load of bullshit from out of Nintendo that I've seen in a very long time. To show my age, I have emulated games for well over a decade. On and off. Mostly I emulate arcade games. I had a laptop I got off eBay. Maybe it didn't even have barely a Pentium 2 or something like that. It was old. And I ran arcade games on it. You know, stuff that you cannot get anywhere else. I have emulated games. I emulate games now if I own the cartridges. And I turn around and want to play Let's Plays, POG plays for you guys. And that's the way I do it because it's a lot easier for me. And I know emulation takes power to, like if you're going to emulate this, you have to emulate all the chipsets in here. I know what emulation, but emulating a Super Nintendo, come on. I've emulated those things for a decade. And Nintendo, I looked up, this thing has an ARM11 MP core in it, dual core, and a single core ARM 9 with 128 megs of RAM and like 6 extra megs of RAM. I had computers that had less than 128 megs of RAM that could emulate Super Nintendo games, so you're full of shit. Here's the thing about it. I said this last year. Here's a link to my other video. I talked about console fragmentation. Go watch it. I talked about the new 3DS XL and how is it good? No, it's not good. This is it, or the old 3DS XL or 3DS, they were good enough to give you a fucking charge cable. Have you not seen going out, if you haven't bought the new 3DS XL, that you don't get a charge cable? Take a look at this. This is straight off Amazon's website. You get to buy a bundle with an extra $9 for a charge cable. Why? Because Nintendo doesn't give a shit to give us the charge cable because they know people would just buy their stuff. And if you went out and bought a new 3DS XL, you've got the old one. I'm not bashing you. You bought what you wanted to buy. It's your money. More power to you. Seriously. I'm not, well, my cat's just knocked down part of the little gate. Still rolling. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not bashing you at all, okay? It's fine if you want to just buy a new one. I'm not bashing consumers. You guys are gamers. We're all gamers. I'm sticking by you guys. And it's your money. You can buy what you want. But what I'm trying to say to Nintendo is, seriously, you fragment your handhelds. Now, the different sizes, whatever. I got the big one. I got this refurbished from GameStop. You got the bigger sizes, the smaller sizes. Then you put more horsepower on it. And you have the NFC and Amiibo stuff on it. Okay, you can add on to this and get that. I don't give a shit about Amiibos. Sorry, I just don't. Other than the Ryu and the Cloud coming out, those are awesome. I'm going to get those. And you added the better tracking for the 3D. You know, this 3D on this thing is not very good in certain games. And sometimes it just turns stuff off. But the fragmentation of that console is come around to a point where they get to use that as an excuse to run games that have never been out for 20 years. Nintendo, you're full of shit. This is not a Nintendo bash video, but this is full of shit. Everybody's calling shit on them. Put the Super Nintendo games on this, or for people who have the small one, it's the same thing. This has just got bigger screens. I think maybe if there is a little certain difference, pardon me, put it in the comments below. But the 3DS, the 3DS XL, they're just bigger. This has a bigger screen. The new 3DS XL does have more horsepower. It has the C-stick, has the infrared tracking for better 3D with your eyes, and it has the NFC and Amiibo stuff. But you're already doing stupid stuff with that. You're putting the Hyrule Warriors Legends, or that come out, or whatever the new Hyrule Warriors games is. This will not be able to even do the 3D on it. Okay, so your gimmick in this system can't work. How about you not program the fucking game for that newer system? Oh, Metroid Prime Fusion Federation Force, you know that game that they try to explain in Nintendo Direct? That's what it's called, Nintendo Direct. Oh, I'm getting old, people. That, why they got it. Basically, they had to tell everybody why to like it. And then the YouTube video got so many dislikes that Nintendo stopped the viewing the likes. Shh. If you watch that video, Nintendo Direct, and you realize that when we saw the new Nintendo 3DS, I went, right there. Another game that's probably only going to run for it. I don't think it's been confirmed, but they're already splitting this up to where people just don't give a shit to upgrade their console, their handhelds. There's nothing wrong with people who got the new one. I'm not bashing you gamers that got it. I'm not. But for some of us, this is fine. And we're getting screwed. So Nintendo, you're full of shit about the Super Nintendo emulation. It don't take that much power. You've got 3 ARM cores in this fucker. They may not be the most ungodly, but I've run them on a lot less powerful stuff. I'll guarantee you. So, yeah, that's just it. That's my big gripe about Nintendo about this, even though I'm looking for the NX. I'm about to record a video about the NX and a patent thing here in a second, but I'm here bitching about them. This is not right, Nintendo. Quit fragmenting your consoles. Don't do it to a point where if you're going to put out high-end games, fine. I don't like it, fine. But fragment it and then put some really old games on there. This thing runs Nintendo 64 games. You can't run 3D and then Super Nintendo games on it. You're full of shit. All right, people. That's my bitch and rant about Nintendo and their Super NES emulation on the new 3DS only. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. Find me on Facebook, here on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I haven't streamed Twitch for a while, but I am there. And skirmishfrogs.com for all your retro needs when I do retro gaming, and Crosshair TV for my network. All right, everybody. Pick Yo Gamer. Out.